So it turns out we ran into a few problems or a couple issues. The first one being when my brother and I went to go mount up the transmission to the motor, it turns out I got the wrong install kit. It's pretty much my fault. When I ordered it from Summit, before I ordered this motor, I actually reached out to them and I emailed them. I think it was their technical department. And I said, hey, I'm planning on buying an LT4 crate motor and I want to use a T56 transmission. I need to know what install kit you'd recommend using for that transmission or that application. So they emailed me back. They wrote up a quote. They also quoted me a starter because I'd asked what starter this motor would need. And so he wrote up a quote and I looked at it and I was still kind of hesitant. So I actually emailed them back. I said, hey, so you're 100% positive that all this stuff will bolt up together, there won't be any issues? And you said, yep, no doubt about it, all that stuff's compatible. So I just kind of trusted Summit. So I ordered it, and as it turns out, that install kit was actually for an LS motor, not an LT motor. So one bolt is kind of off on the back of the bell housing when you go to bolt it up. And then also I believe LS motors have 6 bolts that bolt into basically the back of the crank for a flex plate or a flywheel. But on an LT motor, they actually have 8 bolts, so that didn't work either. So ended up having to ship the whole kit back. And then also the starter they sent me or quoted me was for an LS motor as well. So I had to ship that back. So I did end up finding the correct install kit after some research, but as it turns out, that one is $2,000 more. So it's a little bit more spendy, but it comes with a beefed up bell housing, and then also it's got a much better clutch in it. So it's not necessarily a bad thing that it happened that way. I'm kind of happy that it worked out, but it turns out that install kit that is the correct one, it was on back order everywhere. I could not find it anywhere. So after a day of just searching the internet, I found this place down in Texas, and somehow they had one sitting on the shelf, and I said, send it to me. So that's on the way. And then I did find the correct starter. That was kind of a hassle trying to find the correct starter as well. So when you buy this crate motor, it comes with a little pamphlet and it lists off some part numbers, one of them being the starter. So I went to the Chevrolet dealership by my house and I said, hey, I need to order this starter. Guy looks up the part number, he looks at me and goes, that starter's been discontinued. And I said, okay, is there an alternative part in the system? So he types it in, and then he showed me on the computer screen when you type in that part, it went nowhere. So had to do some research, and after, a day of kind of like reading online and trying to find the right one, I think I found the correct starter. So I got that on order, so hopefully that works as well. But yeah, just kind of problems, like that are expected to go along with any build, really. So we're just trying to deal with them and get them knocked out. Here it is, sitting on a same pallet it came in. So I'm kind of cheap. I spent too much money on everything else, so I don't have an engine stand right now, so we just have it kind of propped up on the pallet for right now. But man, this thing just is gorgeous. I'm so in love with this motor. I cannot wait to get it in the car. Brand new crate motor. I've never even seen anything like it. But yeah, we got the stock flex plate off of there. Like I said, we're waiting for that install kit to get the new flywheel on. But yeah, it just kind of looks sad right now. We had to take a few parts off. Had to take a few of the coil packs off so the chain wouldn't rub when we're hoisting it up. And then we did have to take off the passenger side exhaust manifold because we were actually scraping pretty good on this factory AC or heater box. Kind of want to remove that, but I like the heater in this car, so I don't know if there's like some aftermarket kit. That's something we're just gonna have to look into in the future, and then obviously after we get this rat's nest of a wiring harness figured out, once we get the new engine controller kit. But yeah, we did get the motor mounts on, and we got the motor mount adapters on. We're gonna have to get a special line made for this catch can as well. So yeah, that'll be fun. And then we're gonna have to get a few other lines made for the oil cooler down here. But yeah, the other major issue that prevented us from putting in the motor last night was basically this factory cross member. That oil cooler is hitting. So we just have to make a notch basically from right here to here. And then my brother is going to borrow a welder from his work, and we're going to weld in a plate. So that's kind of the next thing on the list, is just get this notched out so that oil cooler can just fit down in here and not have any issues. But yeah, we just got some problems. Like I said, happens on every build. We're just trying to get them knocked out as we go. And then we did get the frame rails repainted, so it's not a show quality finish by any means, but I mean, it turned out okay, at least for the parts that you're going to see looking down in the engine bay when the motor is in the car. And then on a side note, my brother did get the clutch pedal installed.
All right, so far we have the back plate for the mount. I have this cut out. It's a bit sloppy, but should work. I'll take this to work and clean up my cuts. The only thing I'm slightly worried about is this guy being in the way of this bolt. We might have to make some modifications later, but we'll have this part coming down, and then I have some steel to make a brace, and hopefully that will be strong enough for a clutch pedal. And I'm hoping too at the same time that this is wide enough that when we press on the pedal, it doesn't want to flex, you know, side to side. So there's a good chance that on the other side of the firewall, we'll put another piece of steel, probably thinner than this, to brace this clutch pedal enough to hopefully have enough strength. And to be honest, hopefully it fits under the dash.
Alright, get a flashlight out, it's kind of dark in here. But yeah, we do have a clutch pedal mounted in the car, and my brother did a great job. Very thankful that he was able to do this for us. I'm going to have to take out that stock gas pedal, since we're going with the fly-by-wire, whatever you want to call it, with the new LT motor. It's all electronic. So got to remove that. But yeah, we just got to move a little bit of the wiring around and then tuck it back up where it used to be and just kind of clean things up. But yeah, we now have a clutch pedal installed, thanks to my brother. As you can see, that didn't really work out the way I planned. We actually have to take more off, which is concerning because this is where the bottom A-arm bolts up to, so we're just going to have to reinforce that pretty good. But yeah, it's pretty much the only other option at this point, because I'm not going to convert this motor to a dry sump. But basically this little bung here, the end of it, is touching right here. So we're gonna have to take off basically, gosh, I don't know, an inch, 2 inches, 2.5, something like that, the length of this, because that's where the line is basically gonna come out at and then loop back up. So I'm not very happy about it, but geez, it's what we gotta do. guys, thanks for tuning in and watching me struggle. It's been great. But thanks for watching.